If you don't lose this weight, you may not see your daughter graduate. Sitting in my doctor's office, and this is what she tells me. I still remember it like it was yesterday. I was devastated. I walked out of that office not feeling motivated, feeling ashamed. I remember driving home, punching the steering wheel, crying, cursing. What have I done? I can abuse myself all I want. But now I have this beautiful daughter that somehow I had a part of bringing into this world and a family. The truth is, I had been lying to myself about how I've been treating my body, and I started a tech company, and oh my goodness, I started doing a lot of bad habits. I had late nights. I drank soda. I drank so much soda and stopped exercise completely and created a lot of bad habits that my body it became normal to. So here I stand in front of you, 130 pounds lighter, healthier than I've ever been. Sometimes there's still that 340-pound person inside me trying to get out. I hear him. I know how to quiet him now. So that's what I'd like to talk to you tonight about. Not about fitness, not about goals, but perhaps a new way to look at discipline. So what changed? Back then, I didn't have the podcast. I didn't have over 700 great interviews. What I had was a daughter and a family that needed me. So I had one number in mind, 200. I'm going to go from 340 pounds to 200 pounds, a 130-pound transition. Not overnight, not with any shortcuts, not with medication, not with surgery, the right way for me. Because I needed to do this for my family. So I would eventually design something called what I call the discipline spectrum, which has 10 elements. But I want to speak to you about 3 specifically that changed and helped my life. Number 1, focus. Focus gave me a target. I didn't focus on weight loss. I focused on being there for my family. Number 2, willpower. Here's what I learned about willpower. You can't rely on willpower, but if you use it correctly, you can use it just like a match to ignite your system and your design. You know, I joined CrossFit. I connected to a new tribe. I started doing triathlons. Boy, I was a terrible swimmer. I hired a coach. I ended up loving the swim, tolerating the bike, and really disliking the run. But I did it anyway because I had willpower. Number 3, routine. Routine was the backbone of everything I designed. Soda, which was my fuel, I just cut out completely. I switched to unsweetened green tea. I drank water like it was my job. All because I had these routines. Certainly not extraordinary, just developed these routines. And then something happened. Months after this, I go into my closet, start pulling items out. Nothing fits me anymore, physically, emotionally, mentally. So I started bagging the items up. So this is what it looks like to leave something back that you want to leave behind. I was not leaving failure in the closet. I was never going back to that. And sometimes if discipline is a system, if it's a design, sometimes it starts with what you're willing to leave behind. So the unasked question, what if discipline isn't something you're born with, but with something you design? I've interviewed over 700 CEOs, athletes, professors, scientists, wide variety of careers. And they all, most of them said some version of discipline isn't something I'm born with, but it's something I design. I remember specifically this one said, I don't say no to discipline, I just remove temptation entirely. And the science backs it up. A Stanford study found that people with strong self-control don't use willpower more often, they use it less. University of Pennsylvania study found that when people look at discipline as a design versus a trait, they're twice as likely to stick with long-term behavioral change. I can tell you what it's done for me. It's brought me from 340 pounds to 200 pounds, many triathlons, a thriving tech company, and by the way, 2 beautiful daughters that I've seen graduate. So let me put it to you. Let me ask you, consider, discipline isn't a superpower, but a design decision. Maybe, instead of saying to yourself, why can't I be more disciplined? Say, what can I do to make things easier for me to do every day? This changed my life. Maybe it'll help yours as well. Thank you very much.